so much, man. Thank you guys so much. Guys, clap it up for everyone you've seen thus far, man. I'm gonna work them hands. Clap for everyone that you have seen thus far. Clap it up for your host, Brian. Clap it up. That is the first Native American comedian I have ever met. I hugged that boy tight. I said, I didn't know that y'all could do this. I did not know that you were allowed to do this. You've suffered so much. I'm happy to be out here, man. I'm happy to be out tonight. This is good for a Wednesday. It's packed, pretty good. Some of you look like you're my mama's friends. That's comforting, okay? You know my mama? You know my mama. You know Sabbatha. You know who Sabbatha is. You know? I'm feeling good. Feel good to be here. You guys look pretty progressive, pretty neat. And if any call me Carlton, I'll fucking kill you, all right? Let's just clean the palate, okay? Just clean that. Let's just, because, woo! Sometimes your laughter stings, isn't it? Oh, some of y'all didn't even see it, and then I said it, and then you're like, I see it. That's where it hurts the most. That's where I have to go to therapy. You don't know this. You don't know what it does to me. Man, no, I will not do that. He said, do the dance. So disrespectful. I'm already up here being a shuffling monkey. Said, dance for me now. I gotta slang jokes and dance. What you want? What more do you want from me? Do I gotta do an R&B song, sing for you motherfuckers? Oh, God. Oh, none of this is fair. None of this is fair. No, I am. Thank you so much, guys, for coming out tonight. My name is Setoiyo. I'm not a Philadelphian. I'm not from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, actually. I'm not from here. I'm actually from Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, I apologize greatly. Obviously, I have offended you very sensible, mature people. Very no, I'm not. I'm from Columbus, and I moved here 7 years ago because, like the old saying goes, life is short. So you move to Philadelphia and you make it shorter, right? Like you just do like Kesha says and die young with you people. Now I love this city, but I did not have hypertension 3 years ago. Now I can't have red meat, so nothing is fair. I want you to know nothing is fair. But I like living in Philly, man. Y'all teach people shit. You teach outsiders things. You guys taught me how to say water properly. Thank you, okay? I used to think John was the name of a person. Turns out it's a person, place, thing, or idea. You Philadelphians. Clever bunch, you people, very clever. I lived here 7 years. I've seen the ups and the downs of your city. I've seen everything. I've seen the ups, the downs. But y'all went and won the Super Bowl in February. Yeah. Y'all went and defeated the Tom Brady, nothing happening, piece of trash, New England Patriots. And let me tell you, for the past 10 months, I ain't never seen you motherfuckers this nice, ever. Ever. Oh, no, I ain't never seen you. You guys think you're back to normal. You're not. You don't see yourselves. But I see you. I know you, okay? You guys are holding open doors, you're saying hello, it's all very fucking weird. All very uncomfortable. And I live in Center City too, right? I live in Center City, so when y'all won, I ran out to Broad Street because I wanted to see what was happening because I knew I was gonna see things I never was ever going to see again, right? Y'all didn't disappoint. I saw men crying in front of other men. I saw women hug men they didn't know, and that shit was stressful. That was very Me Too era. It was very stressful. But there was the most powerful moment to me is I was turning around to go back to my apartment, and I saw a cop looking at me, and we made eye contact. And he had tears streaming down his face, and he stuck his hand out, and he was like, "Eagles, bro." And I was like, "That's entrapment. No. You won't get me that way. No. You won't do it. No, you must work harder. No. Watch the body cam off. No, don't do it. And I work in the main line. So the next day, I was talking to a coworker, and he was like, "Yo, man, you were out in that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was out in that." And he was like, "Yo, when did you know that it was time to go home because it might not be safe?" And I was like, "When I saw white men perfectly reciting Meek Mill lyrics, I was like, we gotta go. Time to go now. We're going to like." They know all the worst of dreams and nightmares. It's the witching hour. We gotta go. There's nothing. No one is safe, okay? No one is safe. They will not find us if something happens. Originally, though, I come from what we now like to call a shithole country. It's called America. Thank you very much. It's called America. Appreciate you. No, but I'm originally Nigerian. My parents are from Nigeria. They came here in the 1970s. They had me in the 1980s, and I'm the first person in my entire family to be born in the United States of America, which means I am the goddamn Lion King. It was good. Hey, Simba! Woo! Yeah, I'm the new one. I'm the new version. Yeah, I'm the new live action. That's what. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, good graphics on this one. Yeah. Recently, my 30-year-old cousin chose to move from Lagos, Nigeria to Columbus, Ohio in November, and she has been having a terrible time. She doesn't like it here. Doesn't like it at all, but I tried to tell her not to come here. I really did. I was like, look, cousin, don't come here. You're not about this American life. You're not ready. And she got really belligerent with me, and she was like, you know what, cousin? You think I can't handle America because of racism and Trump. And I was like, no, Cindy, I don't think you can handle America because you've never experienced winter before. Do you understand? It's like, right? You don't got seasons where you come from. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, man, you've never been allergic to nature. You don't know what it's like out here. You don't know. Vaccinated, you don't know what this is out here. You've never had ham. You can't come here. Okay? She's never had ham. You're not allowed to be here if you've never eaten ham ever in your life. It's a rule. But I'm in my 30s now. I'm 34. I turned 34 in August. Yeah, thank you. It's cool being this age. I like being in my 30s. When I turned 34 in August, and I went to a bar, and I got carded by the bartender, and she looked at my ID, and she was like, you know, you don't look 34. And I was like, I'm black, I better not. Like, I don't get much in this whole deal. You're like, can I get that at least? It's like black people asked the universe when we started, like, hey, can we get treated like fairly by the cops? And the universe was like, nah. And then we're like, yo, what can we get then? And they're like, hey, you can have good skin and you can run fast. We're like, we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. That seems like a fair trade. My wallet? You asking a lot of provocative questions about what's in my pocket. I got a pick in my wallet right in here. You want me to get? Okay, I got toothpaste and a toothbrush in here because I'm gonna be talking to some of y'all later. I want to have bad breath. Good, you sound like my mama when you ask that type of question. So, like, what's in your pocket? Okay, well, yes, I did eat today, by the way. Thank you. It's got a lot of questions. My goodness. I feel interrogated too. No, I'm not telling you that. Now you being nosy. Now you just won't let me do my goddamn job. My goodness. Sweet lady, very, very nice, very inquisitive. My gosh. Very inquisitive while I'm up here trying to spread love, laughter, and humor to you fine Philadelphians because y'all are temperamental. Very temperamental. No, man, but it's real. I used to grow up and think that I was a really tough kid. I thought I was a tough kid growing up, man. I thought I was really tough, hard as hell. I thought I was a tough boy, okay, hard man, you know. In 1998, I was 14 years old, and that's the year that DMX bursted onto the national scene, and that man barked on a record, and we were like, that's good rap music, that's good rap, that's good. My man said, arr, arr, arr. We were like, that's how you rap, that's how you put words together. You see, that's lyricism, you see? Now I'm 34 and things are a little different. Like things are changing for me. Things are literally changing. I can't run quite as fast and I can't jump quite as high. Yo, I can no longer masturbate using just my imagination. You understand? It's like, that is a young man's game. Do you understand this? Okay? Okay? That was 15-year-old Setoiyo. That was a good kid. Quick, some would say even. Okay? I don't care. No, I don't care. Last week I tried to masturbate using just my mind. I damn near passed out of heat exhaustion. Do you understand? This is some of the in November. Okay? Climate change is real. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let them lie. Do not. And girl, I was a nasty boy, girl. I was nasty. I used to have fantasies. I used to have fantasies about black, white, Latin, and Asian women that were naked and consenting. Freak John, me, right here, yeah. And now I have fantasies where like the PPA writes me a handwritten apology letter, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I get a Pico bill that lets me know I have a $70 credit, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what gets me going now. I'm an adult now, you see. I work a couple jobs here in the city too, man. I work some part-time jobs. I'm a bartend part-time here in the city at a venue called the Electric Factory, or Franklin Music Hall, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And I like working there because I get to see a lot of shows. I get to see a lot of things I would never normally see. And last fall, I got to bartend a heavy metal concert. And the headlining act was the legendary heavy metal group that is known as Slayer.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah. Said fuck yeah, my God. We know who that was. White people, what y'all do for fun is so troubling sometimes. I don't understand you. I don't understand. It's fine. It's okay. I'm gonna let you live, okay? I just don't get it. I don't get it, man. It was amazing. It was an amazing show. It was an outdoor event. So there were 4,000 people outdoors, and there were 700 shirtless men walking around with tattoos on their bodies that can only be described as, you know, my mom has never hugged me, you see. But this Jägermeister and meth is kicking, boy, it's kicking. Let's do it. And then the music starts. The music started, and I saw mosh dancing for the first time. And that's when white people get together with the sound of music, and they proceed. You guys know what you do. And they were moshing. Y'all moshed for 7 uninterrupted hours. And I looked at the foot of my bar, and there was a shirtless gentleman with a death before dishonor tattoo around his neck. And he proceeded to punch himself in the face as hard as he could. So hard, he knocked his bottom tooth into his mouth. He spit it out, and with blood streaming out of his mouth, he yelled, "Fuck yeah, Slayer!" And it was at that moment I realized why white people have never lost wars. I saw it then. I was like, there it is. This is an indestructible killing machine, isn't it? It cannot be bargained with or reasoned with. It's basically a Terminator. Okay? I know everything about this. I know. I also teach children dance in the city. I teach hip-hop dance to teenagers in the inner city. Yes. Making good twerkers out of all these kids. That's how you do it, okay? You get them 12, 13, that's good twerking time. That's when you show them hip movement isolations. You see, that's very good. Yeah. But yeah, no, a lot of these kids, like, they come from impoverished areas and broken homes, but they are phenomenally talented. They're incredibly smart. They're gonna do great things with their lives, and they've all got smart fucking mouths, all these children. Very mean children. These kids are mean as hell. They say very mean things to you when you are very emotionally vulnerable. And they try to excuse it too. I hate it. They try to excuse it. They're like, nah, man, we're not being mean. This is a roasting session. We're roasting you. We're roasting you. We're gonna roast you. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. When I was a kid, we called that hurting feelings. Call that hurting feelings. Call that emotionally stunting a 12-year-old. That's what we call that. That's what we called that giving a 13-year-old anxiety. Am I right? I'm fine. I remember the first week I taught there, a handful of them came up to me after class, and one kid spoke for everyone, and he was like, hey man, your name is Setoiyo, that sounds like Sequoia, her name is LaToya, we gonna call you Toyota. I was like, don't even fucking make sense, that's just incredibly mean. They started to sing too, all of them in unison. They sang, they were like, Sequoia, Sequoia, he doesn't know what he had, he never had a dad. I was like, when did y'all practice this? We danced for 3 hours, there was no singing involved. I lost it on one of these badass kids too, I couldn't help it, I lost it. Couldn't take it no more with these cantankerous children. I drive a 2003 Mazda Protege, swag. And I'm driving up to the location, feeling good, swaggy as I ever did. You know what your boy did. I was feeling good. And one of the kids saw me get out of my car, and he was like, ooh, Sequoia, you drive a dusty-ass ride. You ain't got no bread. And I was like, Maurice, you are 14 and homeless. Don't do this, okay? Don't do it. To be strong with these children, you know? It's wild to me. me, man, because like we live in like really like politically tense times, right? Like live in like these crazy politically tense times. And it kind of annoys me, it pisses me off sometimes, quite frankly. I asked a coworker last week how he was doing, and I was like, "Hey, man, how's your day going?" And he was like, "Well, Trump is president, so you know how that goes." And I was like, "You did not answer my question at all." And he was like, "Nah, man, I'm pissed off because there's no more great Americans." And guys, I fundamentally disagree. There are great Americans everywhere. You just gotta think about things a little bit differently, right? So a politician may not be a great American, an athlete may not be a great American, but in my opinion, I believe that Ice-T is top 5, dead or alive, greatest American that has ever lived. Yes, yes. And only the white people are clapping. You see that? Do you see how much? If you knew how much that hurt. I'm looking at so many of you older black men just cross their arms like, I'm so disappointed in you. So, no, seriously, if Ice-T is not on your top 5 list, with all due respect, fuck your list. This is a great American. Ice-T's great. Yo, seriously, what other light-skinned brown fella you know can grow up with the name Tracy? He becomes a pimp and a drug dealer in the 70s. He doesn't get killed. He does not go to prison. He then joins the army. He goes AWOL. He still doesn't go to prison. Then in the 80s, he starts rapping, becomes very successful. Then in the late 80s, he starts a rock group that's called Body Count. Drops a song called Cop Killer that's an underground hit. He gets dropped by his label, and with all of America looking at him like, yeah, what the hell you gonna do now, Ice-T? Ice-T was like, oh, I'll become a cop on TV. I'm gonna get this SVU Dick Wolf money. And then I'm gonna impregnate this white woman who's named Coco. I'm the best. There's this. There are other great Americans. Magic Johnson is also a great American. Great American, Magic Johnson, okay? Magic Johnson contracted HIV in 1992, and then his life got better. How? How, Sway? How? At this point, we know Magic Johnson did not contract HIV. HIV contracted Magic Johnson, and it has never recovered. Guys, thank you so much for your time. You have been a lot of fun. Appreciate you greatly. Have a nice night.